Yes, how are you everyone? During a presser by the FDC Katonga faction, Kizza Besigye came out and revealed how he missed out on wedding his fiance because he had to sacrifice self to fight for the country, Uganda. I keep on telling people that among the very many opposition leaders who have ever opposed Gen 7, Kizza Besigye stands tall among these people. He has sacrificed the most in the struggle to fight General Kaguta Museveni. Okay? During a presser, Kizza Besigye came out and said that he missed out on marrying his Fabiak fiance. He had this to say. He has a tape.
If that was the case, I would still be in NRM. Because I can tell you, yes, I have sacrificed and suffered the last 20 years or so. But I can tell you that suffering and sacrifice is nowhere compared to what I sacrificed under NRM. I left my job. I was earning over $1,000 per month in Nairobi. I left the job. I had a fiance. We were planning to wed. I never saw her again. Yes. And went and suffered. No food, no what, no clothes, no. You under rain, the sun, the mosquitoes, the what. You are walking with luggages up and down, crossing lakes, doing all kinds of things. And being hit, real hitting with guns. You are crawling under bullets and so on. That's why whenever you hear me talk, I say, God is good. But as soon as where we were fighting to go, I saw things start moving in a different direction. I said, this is not where. This is not where we are going. And we, first of all, of course, tried to fight over NRM. Yes, we tried to fight over NRM. Saying, no, you got to do this. We even took off saying we need to reform this thing. Until it was very clear that they had built already the guns, the dogs, the what, to guard us from interfering with what they were doing. And we said, okay, let's now start afresh a fight to continue to the freedom we wanted.
So that is Kizza Besigye. Kizza Besigye is among the few opposition leaders who has fought for this country. In fact, I take Kizza Besigye as the father of the third liberation. In Uganda, we've had so far 2 successful liberations. One was when we were fighting the colonizers in 1962. That was the first liberation, when we liberated the country to be led by indigenous Ugandans. The second liberation was when we were fighting Idi Amin, because Idi Amin, when he came into power after overthrowing Obote, he went out to say that he's going to lead the country till death. So I may have some soft heart for Idi Amin for the things he did for the country, but he was not a Democrat. So that was the second liberation. The third liberation was when we fought Obote, because Obote was trampling on democracy. It was when Gen 7 came into power.
On January 26, 1986, the NRA fought its way into Kampala and the military junta fled. A new leader was sworn in as president.
Nobody should think that what is happening today, or what has been happening in the last few days, is a mere change of guards. This is not a mere change of guards. I think this is a fundamental change in the politics of our country. Because in Africa we have seen so much change that change has become meaningless. It's no longer change but merely turmoil. This group getting rid of that group, and that group doing worse than the group it got rid of. Now, please, I do not count us in that category of people. The National Resistance Movement, I think, is a clear-headed movement with clear objectives and with good membership. I think it makes a very big difference from the situation in which we were, where the very people in power were they themselves encouraging evil instead of trying to combat evil. I think this is a slightly different situation.
But unfortunately, General Museveni is doing almost everything which was done by the previous regimes negatively. And we are in the third revelation. The father of the third revelation is Dr. Kizza Besigye. In fact, if you look at Dr. Kizza Besigye is going to be making soon, is going to make 70 anytime. I think he's now 68 or 69, if I'm not mistaken. Will be making 70. But almost half of all his entire life has been spent in fighting for freedom. We all remember he was among the Bush War generals in 1986. He relinquished the position of being a doctor in Nairobi to go in the bush, fight for freedom. No sooner was he put in government than he started opposing Museveni, because the things he stood for had started to be broken. So in the early 2000s, he decided to oppose Museveni when it was not fashionable to do so. In fact, the people who first opposed General Museveni in the early 2000s, I salute you, because by that time even General Museveni was somehow popular. But for them, they saw very far. They saw that the things they stood for are not the same things which were done by the current regime. So you clearly see that freedom is not free. Freedom has leaders who sacrifice themselves for the better. In fact, every opposition leader should learn that freedom is not just given, and freedom must be presided over by leaders who are ready to sacrifice everything for themselves. You look around, people who fought for freedom in Kenya include Raila Amolo Odinga, although now I don't have a soft spot for Raila Odinga because he's now backtracking on what he used to stand for, but he's sacrificed a lot. Even in other countries. In Zimbabwe, Morgan Shangarai died before even they achieved what they wanted. Okay? So there are some people who sacrifice themselves to see the better of their country. And it gives me a reason as to why we must continue pressing government so that we get what we need as Ugandan. And what we need is a peaceful transfer of power. Okay? Let nobody lie to you that Uganda's problem is something else. Uganda's problem has always been how we transit from one government to another. The day we shall solve that paradigm, the paradox, is that day we shall start excelling as a country, because we have never gotten such thing in our country. Because every time we change governments, there is a fight. But also, this video shows you how people have sacrificed their life for the betterment of the country, for the betterment of our democracy. I salute you, Dr. Kizza Besigye. May God give you long life. Of course, that's my opinion. Do drop me your comments by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.